Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Love Unfiltered. Today, we are diving into an important and often overlooked topic: mental health in relationships. Mental health plays a huge role in modern love, affecting communication, intimacy, and overall relationship stability. In fact, studies show that nearly 1 in 5 adults experience a mental health condition each year, which means many couples are navigating these challenges together. In this episode, we'll discuss the impact of mental health on romantic relationships, how to support a partner struggling with mental health challenges, setting boundaries and prioritizing self-care, and expert advice on fostering a healthy emotional connection. Let's get into it. I have invited students from diverse backgrounds to share their unique perspectives on love, relationships, and everything in between. I have JC, who is a business administration major and senior. I have Mercy, who is a grad student and a clinical mental health counseling major. I have Jalen, who is a sophomore and business administration and management major. And I have Huey, who is a junior commercial photography major. Thank you all for taking the time to be with me today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Mental health challenges like anxiety, depression, and attachment issues can deeply impact relationships. They may cause communication breakdowns, emotional distance, or even conflict if left unaddressed. For example, anxiety might lead to overthinking and insecurity, while depression can result in withdrawal or lack of emotional engagement. Common challenges that couples face can include misunderstandings, like one partner may misinterpret symptoms as disinterest or neglect, emotional exhaustion, supporting a struggling partner can sometimes feel overwhelming, or fear of judgment. Many hesitate to express their struggles, fearing they'll be a burden. Now, strategies for support without overwhelming your partner can be listening with empathy, validating their feelings rather than trying to fix them. Encourage professional help, like therapy. Those are the many methods of providing tools for both partners. And then finally, setting boundaries. Support is essential, but self-care is just as important. Now, questions for my guest speakers. Mental health challenges like anxiety and depression can cause communication breakdowns or emotional distance in relationships. So, what advice would you give to partners who struggle with misunderstandings due to these issues?
Ooh, that's a great question. Can I answer first?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like one thing I would say when it comes to a relationship, before you even get into a relationship, I feel like in this day and age, it's so... You have this butterfly stages, and you're like, oh my goodness, I really like this person. Now, boom, I want to be with them. No. Slow down. So I would say first, know your triggers. Because if you don't know your triggers before you get into a relationship, your partner might they're going to push and push and push to the point where one day you're just going to break. So I would say know your triggers, set boundaries. I'm comfortable when you say this. I'm not comfortable when you say this. And it's just not with the female just speaking. It has to be both sides. I know when it comes to guys, they're more so like, oh, I'm cool with whatever, very nonchalant, or it's the female's feelings that matter. No, you matter too. So it's a partnership when it comes to a relationship. Partnership is very, very important. It's never one-sided. So if you're not comfortable, I promise you the whole relationship is gonna tumble and crash. So
absolutely,
yes, for sure.
I agree.
To add on to that, like, you got to know your partner. You got to know exactly who you're dealing with, what their circumstances were before, because they might have been through some stuff, and you have to take that into consideration with everything you do with them.
Yes.
So just absolutely knowing your partner and communicating everything beforehand is the best thing you can do, regardless of what type of state you're in and what's going on. If you don't talk about it, your partner's not going to know, unless that person is really empathetic and whatnot. Otherwise, it's just might as well be talking to a wall. They're not gonna know.
Not really nothing to add on to it. Just don't think that your partner is gonna know what's on your mind for real. You really gotta communicate that. Like, really communicate it. Really just know, like Mercy said, really just know your triggers for real. Because with me personally having dealt with some type of situations like that, it's just I didn't communicate as well to my partner that I had a trigger with certain things, in which that led us to break up, and which when we broke up and we became friends again and we talked about it, I apologized and we got better at that communication, because I took that step forward to wanting to better myself and at the same time get better at those triggers that was triggering me, if that makes sense.
And to talk about the whole male aspect of it before, I definitely was in that position where before I thought that, you know, my triggers really didn't matter in the situation. And I thought I could just move forward. I didn't even include my partner in like the thought of the triggers at all. But after a while, they did, you know, come into fruition, and I wish I communicated that sooner. But now, you know, that comes with a learning curve. You know, it happens, and you learn from it.
Yes.
What say you, Jalen?
Yeah, because good communication is key when your partner is like, because one, your partner can't really tell what's going on with you. You can't really follow up your feelings. You can't really like follow up your feelings and stuff like that. Your partner's not really gonna know what's going on with you if you don't talk. So communication in relationships is key for like if you have something going on.
I agree. Now, supporting a partner through mental health challenges can be emotionally exhausting. How can someone recognize when they need to take a step back and practice self-care without feeling guilty?
Oh, I could speak on that. When it comes to self-care, you never feel guilty. Because I just feel like if you're feeling guilty, that means you over cater to people. You're always pouring out into people that when you even have the slightest thought of, you know, let me do what makes me happy for once, you're kind of like, oh my goodness, well, if I do what makes me happy, how is it going to affect other people? So when you over cater to other people and you do not prioritize yourself, that's when it starts to be a problem. So you should never see self-care as a taboo or something that's bad. It's just, yeah. And it's very, as college students too, it's like, okay, well, I have to cater to my homework, I have to cater to other activities that I'm doing, I have to cater to my family, I have to do this, yes. And it's like, okay, when do you matter? Because if you're burning yourself out to do all of this, God forbid you fall sick, God forbid you're in a dark place, you're in a mental place, who's going to check on you when you did all of that stuff?
Right.
It's also even bad when people make you feel bad for trying to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Like, it's always some sort of negative connotation with just doing what will make you happy or what will be best for you in the moment. If people make you feel bad for doing that, they don't need to be in your life whatsoever.
Exactly, because people need to be understanding of when you need to take a step back and take care of yourself. And if they're going to do all that, like, oh, so you don't really care, then you might have to, like, you know, reflect and think about maybe that person's just not really in your corner. Yeah,
I agree.
Just speaking from me used to being like a people pleaser, just really just take that time to like separate yourself from people, but let people know like, hey, like I'm taking, like the people that's in your close circle, just, hey, like I'm taking my space. Because like from you dealing with people for, again, caring and just like pouring yourself out there, it's hard to like really feel like, okay, what it matters important to me, because losing your way is like, that's like something I don't wish that on nobody, because like
it's almost like losing your identity in a way.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get that back, because when you start getting back in the groove, it's like, dang, I used to do this and dang, I used to do that, and it's like, okay, wait, we don't want to fall back into like bad habits again of people pleasing again. So like just separate yourself from people, find out what you need, and what you need to like take care of before you take care of other people, because you can't take care of other people if you not taking care of yourself.
Yeah. I agree.
Many partners fear they'll be seen as a burden if they express their struggles. What are some strategies for encouraging open communication about mental health without fear of judgment or rejection?
That's a good question. Be open.
Mm.
I feel like when we hear the term rejection, we see it as an instant no. Sometimes rejection is okay. If you say something to your partner and your partner is saying no, I don't like this, no, I don't like this, no, I don't like that, and you feel like, okay, well, I feel like I'm pouring into you and you're not pouring back into me, that's the way you, baby, I'm gonna step back from you if you like. I'm gonna step back from you if you. And it's like, if I'm trying to help you constantly. Another thing is, you can't help those who don't want to be helped.
Oh, that part.
You cannot help those who do not want to be helped.
What's the saying? You can't. What's it called? The horse on the water.
Oh, you can't. Leave
You can't take the horse to the. I mean, when you take the horse, I don't know the exact same, but I know what you're talking about.
You can take a horse to the water, but you can't
force
make
it to drink. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot. It's your job to provide resources, and it's your job to be there as their partner. Understandable. But if they're not taking advantage of those resources that you're offering, if they're not taking advantage of the time, the care that you're providing, then it's only so much that you can do. And even you, to a certain point, there's only so much you can take. Because if I'm constantly pouring out into you and pouring and pouring and pouring, and it's not being reciprocated, at this point it's a one-man show. It's not a partnership at this point. So,
and I've seen so many people try to like appeal to their partners and honestly give their lives to their partners, and it just most of the time it does not work out. You'll rarely see a case of people. I say people say it all the time, you know, people can change and stuff, but sometimes they really can't. Sometimes their effort won't change until they're in a new stage of life, and unfortunately you're pouring in with your life right now, you're wasting it on them potentially changing later.
That's
it's
so
not
true.
a guarantee.
And then you're going to end up burning yourself out, and then you're going to change into a completely different person. You're not going to feel like yourself anymore.
You're not going to like what you see.
And then you're going to, that what's it called? That guilty feeling or that hatred that you feel, you're going to.
Everyone at a point has a breaking point.
What do you say? Can you say that again, Jalen?
I was like, in relationships, everyone has their breaking point.
Yes, everyone has their breaking point. Yes.
That person not listening, it's like it can cause like a mental breakdown in somebody.
I agree. I totally agree.
It reaches to a new level. You're not. So once you reach that breaking point, your partner is not going to see the same person.
And now you're going to have two people who are not themselves, and now that's just a spell for chaos.
Yes.
And at that point, that relationship just needs to end.
Yes,
It's crazy that some people go through that at our age.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people put up with a lot of stuff. Especially like, you know, it's a good feeling when you're in a relationship. I think a lot of people kind of let it get to their head and think it's like a status type thing, and it makes them look good and stuff, so they'll just stay in a toxic relationship no matter what's happening, no matter what's going on in a relationship, whether it's toxic, abusive, whatever. They'll stay in that just for the title, just
to say, oh, I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend.
Exactly. Even though that person's probably putting their hands on you, they probably cheating on you, they're not treating you right, you will still stay in that toxic space.
I see it all the time, but life is too short for that.
Being in a toxic space isn't gonna be like being in any type of toxic or abusive relationship is never gonna be good. Especially if you're in a toxic relationship, if you're in a toxic environment, all that toxicity is just gonna make your mental health go up. It's not gonna help you. It's just gonna make your mental health go up, and that's not really good for a relationship. Especially if both the man and the woman are going through like mental problems. And imagine if both the man and the woman in the relationship are toxic, or if it's just the woman in the relationship that's toxic, or if it's just the man in the relationship that's toxic. the toxicity coming from both is never good on a person's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Again, everyone has their breaking point.
I agree.
Also, a lot of people walking around with undiagnosed mental conditions. So this is a lot more common than we think. You know, with toxic relationships and whatnot. You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
But at the same time, though, I would like to say your childhood plays a big part in that.
Absolutely.
If you never receive that love when you're younger, when you grow up, you're gonna try to source it out from somewhere else.
Or you don't see your parents, you know.
Oh yeah,
when you see your parents
exactly,
argue,
like that, like that mode of communication. Yeah, like if you never had that communication skills with your parents.
That's really not normal.
But it's just from like childhood.
Yeah, childhood. Yeah.
That's normal.
and children tend to copy what they see. I've seen it so many times. I saw this one video. This mom was washing dishes, and when she put on the spray from like the sink head, it was loud, and the baby was in her arms, so she kept looking back at her mom like oh. And she kept checking her face to see if like it was scary. Like if her mom reacted and it was scary, then the baby was gonna be scared. But she kept looking at her mom, and the mom, she's smiling. She's like, okay, I guess the water's not scary.
Yeah.
So it's like children will look
They
at their
copy and
parents.
paste,
They
yeah.
refer to their parents for support. They refer to them to see how they should react as well, for guidance. And if children see their parents arguing all the time, they're gonna think that's normal, and then they're going to copy that when they get older, and when they get into their own relationships, they're going to think that's okay, and it's not okay.
I agree.
And another question,
Yeah, no, because it's never okay to argue. Well, let's see. It's never okay to argue. Whatever you see your parents do, anything. Whatever your parents do, like all the arguments, the fighting, and all that other stuff, should not reflect on you.
But you can't say that for everybody, though. If that's what you live off, then that's
what your
you're
environment
gonna,
is.
yeah, that's what you're gonna exude when you grow up. Yeah.
and do you guys also believe that, Oh, go ahead, Jalen.
Because whatever your parents do, like when you're younger, shouldn't reflect on you. Because as you get older, yes, you're gonna experience relations, but the fighting, all the arguing, don't let what your parents did reflect on you, because it's not gonna be good. The result for that is never a good thing.
Yeah, but it's hard to say that because there's just so many people that are in that environment.
I've seen it a lot.
I've seen a lot more people that could be mentally resilient, yes, but like
It's easier to copy and paste.
absolutely,
Especially just from your reference, like the reference that like
it's all you see.
you can't stop that. It's like a habit, or some people get aroused from it. Like they really
That
like
is so
it.
true.
So it's
Yeah.
like, keep
And
continuing to do it.
oh, and I feel like, and I knew somebody who would feed off of arguing. Like that, it fueled him. It like excited him. Like he would intentionally make me mad, and that was like.
I knew a couple girls like that.
And I'm like, bro, why does arguing and being toxic excite you?
See, but that's the thing. You'll never understand why it excites them because you're not wired like that. It's just something that, like, if you are that way, you'll get it, and the rest of us on the outside will be looking at you crazy.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Because there's some people like where like same as that person, they're just going back and on and on and on and on, and then you're just being calm. You're just speaking to them. They're gonna see that as a problem. They're gonna see you as a problem because it's like you're acting calm, and it's like, why aren't you matching my energy?
Right.
Why aren't you screaming? Why aren't you?
And they're trying to get you out of character.
Because sometimes you could tell if they're going to get mad
Like
at you
it
being
just
calm.
angers them so bad.
But remaining calm actually makes them more mad
I love it.
because they want you to react. They want to get a reaction out of you. If you don't give them the reaction that they're looking for, then they're gonna get mad at you.
Yeah.
After that, I would just exit the conversation. Mess up my energy.
No, for real. Like some people they thrive off that rah barking and.
But the thing is like environment, where you've grown up, your what's the word I'm looking for? Your
Circumstances.
I forgot the word, but also like that all plays a part in who you become when you grow up. children who do not have both their parents in their lives, so let's say they have just their mom or they just have just their dad in their lives, do you think that missing either one could play a part in how they become when they grow up, right? So like, for example, like if you don't have, like, I feel like, because this is from someone I knew, right? He didn't have his dad after the age of 8, right? So he had his dad at a young age, but 8, that's like really young when his dad passed away. So, then on, adolescency, he only had his mom, and his mom was a very emotional woman, right? I feel like she made him an emotional man because she was emotional. I feel like maybe if he had his dad or a father figure of some sort, that could have helped balance it out. So do you guys think that might play a part?
I say, I'm sorry. No, I say for most people, it goes back to that mental circumstance. Like, either we're wired a certain way or we're not. Because I come from a single parent household too, with an emotional mother. But I find myself more on the nonchalant side of on the emotional spectrum. But you got some dudes just like yours that are like all emotion. The ones that get like mad super easily, angry super easily. You might see a dude cry if you talk to him too loud. So it really just depends on the person. But some people think just because, let's say, you have a father in the household, or there's a 2-parent household now, you got a father in the household, all of a sudden that just gets rid of all the dude's woes.
That's true.
That's not exactly how it works. And I've seen many cases like that. Or some people come from a single-parent household with just the father in the household. Now they're missing the mother. Their dad might like give them the motherly attention that you might expect. Some dads do. Some dads cover both the bases, but more often than not, you're going to have a parent that can't fulfill both sides. So it just depends at the end of the day, the person, whether they'll adopt those traits with the parent they have left in a single parent household.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to piggyback on that, I came from a one parent household. I just got my mother. My father's in the equation, but he's like off and on out. So it's not like if I go over my father's house, it'd be like chill parenting. When I go back, it's like tough love. It's really how you're grew up and raised, and what environment, like what is in that environment, because like I feel like environment most definitely plays a part, because like seeing when my mom and my dad did separate, like, and I was only 4, like I can still vividly remember like they was arguing. I was literally, my room is like at the like bottom of like their room, so like I can hear everything. So I was scared. I went to my sister because my sister was upstairs. So like just hearing it, I was scared because like I don't know what to do. So I woke up my sister, and my sister went downstairs. My mom was basically just saying go back upstairs, and just like they continued to argue the whole entire time. Just like hearing and seeing that, like growing up, like after that, it was just like my mom was just always tough love, always yelling, and I was like, I cannot be around this because this is not what I want to be around. Like, just knowing that. And I feel like over the years she got better. She knows that I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't want to I don't like being around that. So like she knows that, so she talks to me more calm and stuff like that. And it also comes to play with other things. So yeah.
I agree. Growing up, I had both my parents. But at a certain point, their marriage wasn't like, they realized they weren't compatible. And so they would argue a lot, like a lot. And I think as a kid, I was kind of like oblivious to it because, I have ADHD and stuff. So I was kind of like, not really focusing on it, and it went over my head. But every now and then I would like, damn, they're getting like kind of loud, and I'm like, it's like, it kind of upsets me a little bit. But then they separated after I left for college. They separated unofficially when I was still at home in high school, but then they actually got like officially divorced when I went off to college. And so now they're living separate homes and stuff like that. But I feel like hearing them argue was definitely probably like traumatizing, because now like I've been in relationships where a guy would yell at me like how my dad yelled at my mom. And all that was just like remind me of them, and I'm like, that's not what should happen though. And so now I know what I don't want to happen in a relationship. If I were to ever get into one, that's something that should not happen. So now I know what's right from wrong and what's toxic, what's healthy, and things like that. So I think it was like a learning lesson too.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, in a relationship, I don't think anybody should argue in a relationship. I mean, you're gonna have like your little tiny quarrels and stuff like that, but if you got to the point where you guys are screaming in each other's face, just call it quits at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, then I'm gonna go back to what I said. I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. It's really all about how well you know that person. If you don't know that person's triggers, if you don't know how that person is when they're mad, when they're angry, when they're frustrated, when they're all that stuff in the book, it should be no way you should be with them. If I don't know how you are when you're mad, if I don't know how to calm you down when you're mad, if you don't know how to calm me down, if you don't know how I speak when I'm mad, because if I say some words when I'm mad and you take it to heart, that could be the breaking point for
Absolutely.
you. If you say some stuff when I'm mad, and that's gonna be the breaking point for me. So like just kind of knowing like stuff like that. And I know with that comes a lot of time and being with somebody, but at the same time just like having like that, be open-minded, like, okay, well, this is the type of person I'm with. If this and this goes this way, how do I communicate with them? How do I reach out to them? Because I ain't gonna lie, when it comes to me, when I'm mad, when I'm irritated, I go mute. I don't say nothing. You're not gonna hear from me. Like, you're gonna ask me, are you okay? Are you sure? Do you have an attitude? Are you sure? Like, that's like probably the most words you're gonna hear from me. I don't speak. And it's like hours later or like a day or two later when I'm like more calmer, you're gonna see a long paragraph from me saying how I feel. Like, this is what you did wrong, this is how it made me feel, blah 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 blah. And then I'll come to you, I'll be like, okay, I want to speak about it now. But then in your mind, you done went past it, you're done. But it's like, if you don't know, if we're in a relationship and you don't know that about me, that could be a problem to you. Like me saying that can irk you, it can irritate you. So yeah, that's, I mean, knowing your partner is very important.
So you would get with somebody who understands that part about you,
Yeah.
so that they're not like what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, they see that you're silent,
but they're not gonna misconstrue it as me being some type of like another way or the other. Like, it's like, this is one thing about me. Like before like I get into a relationship officially, I will let you know in our talking stage. I'm gonna let you know this. I'm not the best communicator. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Like, when I'm mad, I don't speak. And you might get the littlest words out of me. I say this, I say that, or I might not say this and I might not say that. But if you give me some time, I will come around and we can have a conversation. But I do not want to be forced when it comes to having that conversation. If that's a problem for you, we can't be together.
And I say that that's okay, because at least you're communicating it beforehand.
And it's not like I don't want to fix it. I want to fix it, but at the same time, sorry to cut you off though.
No,
but at the same time, like, work with me at first. Don't be like, oh, really? Well, now I know you don't want to hear me. So when we get in an argument, or when things aren't going the way we both wanted to go, we gonna start going back and forth, and anybody got time for that? So yeah.
I mean, me, here's the thing. I'm different. Like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, if I'm mad, like, upset, or if I'm sad, I'm gonna want to talk to somebody, because, like, I'm like the kind of person who, like, I'm like the kind of person who would want to, I would want to talk to somebody. I wouldn't just, like, want to be myself and not have a conversation, because, like, if I don't talk to nobody, I know things might get worse.
Yeah, I'm the same as.
Like, I mean,
Oh, you can go ahead.
Like me, I would definitely want to talk to.
I think we lost Jalen. Yep, we lost Jalen. Oop. Yep, we lost Jalen. But I was gonna say real quick, before he hops back in, I agree with Jalen. Me personally, if I'm upset, I'm gonna like let you know you upset me right off the bat. Because I feel like I've done things before where I wouldn't tell my partner I was upset. I would tell them later, and by that point, they kind of like moved on from the situation. So when I bring it up later, they're like, "Dang, I mean that happened like 2 days ago. Why didn't you tell me then? You know? So I feel like if I don't want to really talk about it fully in detail in conversation in the moment, I'll tell them that. Like I'll explain that you upset me. Here are the reasons why, but I don't want to talk about it right now. We can talk about it, a little later, so that they're like prepared and are like, no, okay, we're going to have a conversation about it later, but I know that she's upset, right? Or we'll talk about it right then and there. So it kind of depends on the situation, especially if emotions are really high. It's best not to talk about it right then and there, because all you're going to really be doing is kind of like not hearing one another, and interrupting and things like that. So you want to make sure you give each other time to cool down and then come back.
Oh wait, I have a question, because it's my first time on this podcast, and I just want to ask, how rated, or what's the rated R, rated G, rated PG?
I mean, it's unfiltered.
Okay, unfiltered.
Yes, I bleep out. It's extra work to bleep out, but I bleep out some more colorful curse words.
Oh, it's not about cuss words. I was trying to bring, because as a therapist, in my line of work, it's when it comes to relationship, you talk about the whole spectrum of relationship, and we're talking about relationship in this part. And I would like to bring the topic of sex into this.
Oh, we're gonna be talking about sex. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother season. So yes, you can be graphic.
So
we're adults here,
of course. So I just want to make sure that was appropriate. But I think when it comes to stuff like that, even when it comes to sex is a big problem when it comes to relationship. And if you're not communicating with your partner, it can go downhill from that. From what you like, what you don't like, this and that and third. That's how some girls be going up to their friends and be like, yeah, girl, he wasn't it. Or he goes to his homeboys and was like,
man, that joint was trash.
Yeah, exactly. So it's when the communication is not there, when you guys aren't there mentally, physically, all that stuff, you already lost that type of communication. So when it comes to doing the act, you guys are just not. It don't give what it's supposed to give. But yeah,
I'll be wondering what people be talking about beforehand to not have that conversation. Because
what
were you guys discussing
exactly?
about each other?
You don't. What? I feel like that should be one of the in the talking stage. I'm so sorry, but that should be
kind of what it's for.
Exactly. Okay, what do you like? What don't you like? What don't you? Because it's when it comes to the act, and now you're asking me what I like and what I, baby, go home.
It's on the field training.
I make sure that we talk about all of that stuff.
No, for real.
Positions,
before, all that.
All
let that
that
in the talking stage. Let that be said in the talking stage, because it's because that's the way of communicating. That's the way of understanding your partner. Okay, if I do this, she's not gonna like it, or if I do this, she's gonna like it, because she gonna turn around, talk to her homegirl. He gonna turn around, talk to his homeboy. Now his homeboy coming back to tell you, oh yeah, he said you was trash. Now other people in y'all's business, and now it's now you guys are arguing as a partner, all because of sex.
Right.
Especially coming from I like the same sex, so it's kind of you most definitely need to talk about that, because a lot of people don't like certain things. They don't like using certain things. So you gotta most definitely talk about that. So it's that's most definitely. I'll be talking about that as soon as we hit that toxic.
Yeah, what you like? What you don't like?
And have no shame. No shame in talking about it. It's a very important topic and conversation you should have with all partners. If you have multiple partners, if you have one partner, have that conversation with the person you're trying to get to know, who you may end up having sex with, because like everybody said here, that is a very important conversation or conversations.
Also, talk about what y'all are, in general, relationship-wise, because we are in college and it's only 4 years here. So if you waste your time with somebody that you think you're in a relationship, everything is leading towards a relationship, but you guys never clarified exactly what you are. You'll fully expect to be in a relationship, while 9 times out of 10, the other person will.
They just dog
not
you
think
out.
The same.
Right. And also,
and again, my fault.
You can go ahead.
And again, it's okay. Do what you do, freely. But again, have that conversation with your partner, because one person might not be thinking the same thing. And then that's how a lot of arguments happen.
And I mean, and I know, also this goes into FWBs and stuff like that too. if you just want to have like a one night stand, that's the term, right? If you just want to have a one night stand and that's it, you don't want to like make an FWB thing where it's like an occasional, okay, we meet up and have sex type of thing, and you just want to do it one time. Communicate that. Okay, there's no shame in telling someone, like, it's not like you're saying, because I know, like, some people don't want it to come off as, like, oh, I just want to hit that, and that's it. You know, that's not what you're really saying, because I know that kind of sounds more crude, you know? Just be honest. Just be like, okay, I just want to let you know, I only really want this to be a one-night stand. So that person knows what they're getting into, you know, and so they don't get no attachment, no nothing. They know exactly, like, okay, this is one thing, one time, that's it, bing, bada, boom, and then whatever y'all do after is whatever you do after or during.
But wait, hold on, let me stop you right there. Here's the thing about that, though. The thing about that is, one, if you ever, like, have a one-night stand or friends with benefits with anybody, one, that could lead, no matter if you have a one-night stand or not, that could possibly lead to that person catching feelings. Well, both people actually, because both people can catch feelings from the one-night stand, or if y'all friends with benefits. That
Okay, well,
lead to somebody catching feelings.
Open the door for another conversation. Just talk about it again. That's just
and also to and Jalen's not wrong. Well, although that does depend on the situation and the people. Some people won't catch feelings. One person may catch feelings and the other doesn't. Both may catch feelings, and and if that's the case, whether it's one person catching feelings and the other doesn't, it's one-sided or it's both sides. Have that conversation. There's nothing wrong with having that conversation, and whatever's decided after that is decided between the two of them,
Yeah, I just feel like as we're growing up, we just gotta remember, like, we're adults, like, you're grown, like, who's gonna beat you for saying you want to have sex with somebody? So if it's somebody that you want to have sex with, like, hey, I've been looking at you for a while. And bing, bada, boom. Like, if this is what we on, this is what we not on. You with it, you not? Okay, cool. We on the same page. Okay, respect. And then the deed is done. If it's a ongoing thing, like, just kind of have that conversation. But I feel like, I'm so sorry. This is where I'm going to put the man on the spot for this a little bit. I'm so sorry. But it's like, when it comes to certain things, though, some guys really try to avoid it.
Avoid
the conversation.
Yeah, the conversation.
Yeah, like, it's
it?
like not even like a girl might be like, okay, cool, like, after we just, okay, so a guy and a girl just had sex, and it's like, okay, you know what? I feel like I want to have a conversation, and immediately a guy in his mind is like, oh shoot, she's trying to ask for a relationship.
Like, she wants commitment.
Yeah, she wants commitment.
I'm not ready.
She wants the handcuffs.
Like, shorty, like, the whole time, shorty probably just want to be like, I ain't gonna hold you. You did me good. I want to keep doing it. But it's like, a guy in his head is like, oh shoot, she wants commitment. Oh shoot, she wants. They start thinking in their head before the girl even speaks, and it's like, now the guy comes up as being real, like, oh, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but yeah, when it comes to that commitment stuff, I don't do that. I'm working on myself. Blah 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 blah. And whole time the girls be like, oh really? I just want to keep fucking. So yeah,
I feel like the wording of that could solve a lot of that.
But guys do be like, immediately as soon as a girl says, oh, can we talk? Just that can we talk makes a guy's heart pump 10 times
Because why are you just saying, can we talk?
No, actually, that makes anybody's heart start beating a little faster.
Include the topic in the text.
Okay. But at the same time, that's what I said. As an adult, you should not be scared of any type of conversation. Because who's going to beat you? Nobody. Can we talk? Okay, talk about what? Like, yes, you're scared, but still face it front on. Like, talk about what? If the person feels comfortable, they speak about it. And then you as a person, it's your turn to now place that boundary. So it's like, okay, cool. We spoke about this now. I agree. I don't agree. And here is where I stand. Then you space your boundary. I don't have a problem with us, continuing what we're doing. But here's my boundary. What is your boundary? And I feel like once like it starts seeming transactional rather than one-sided, everything goes better. Like, if a guy starts asking the female, okay, well, I said what I had to say. What do you have to say? So it's like, now the girl is seeing, like, she's like, okay, he's hearing me out, blah, 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 and vice versa. Things gonna go better, and y'all might even have better sex.
And not only that, but it makes her feel more comfortable to come talk to you. To come talk to you, like, literally, like, if you just open the door and just make it known that it's okay for her to come talk to you, I'm just telling you, it's going to be a good thing for you, sir.
And the one thing I noticed is that it doesn't even have to be no relationship type of thing, but it's like if a girl and a guy, like, they're doing what they got to do, I promise you, no feelings attached, but you're going to be her gossip partner. She's going to come to you and tell you everything because she's going to see you as that safe space. So it's like, all right, boom, you meeting up with your woody whoop tonight. All right, that's like a little icebreaker before y'all start getting, like, guess what happened today? Like, this and this happened, and y'all speak on it, and then y'all do the do, and then y'all go.
Sometimes I'll be feeling like a homeboy with extra steps.
Exactly. See? Exactly. It really don't gotta.
A friend with benefits.
It really don't gotta be that serious.
But also, one thing is that don't be if that girl or that guy come to you to talk to you about, like, personal things or gossip. Also, don't go back and start spreading that shit to other people. You know, talking about what y'all talked about. You know, and things like that. That's still private.
That just comes with being a good person. I feel like a lot of this stuff is just, it should be like common
courtesy.
Common courtesy, common to do. But it's just not, because other people just don't consider, well, others.
And they also just don't care. Like they'll go and tell their homeboy, yeah, bro, I hit that last night. She was like a 10 out of 10. Or they'll say, she was a 4. Or, you know, something like that. It's like,
but also not think of the repercussions as well.
It's crazy because then they homeboy's going to try to see what he's talking about.
Exactly. Now you set yourself up. Now you mad. Because now.
Same with girls, too. Same with girls. They're going to see what, they're going to see what.
Because why would you tell them? And if that person's single, guess what?
No, for real.
Because now, if that person you just had sex with, is single, man, your homegirl, homeboy, they have every right and they have all the free range to just go and do something with them.
Yeah, all in the name of y'all not together, so.
You're spreading too much information.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, okay, well, y'all not dating, so they free game if y'all not dating.
Exactly.
And that's some people's mentality. So.
Yeah, but people gotta remember,
it is grimy, but that's people's mentality, though. It's crazy. It really is.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
All right, I think we're gonna get back into the next section.
All right,
that was a good conversation. I loved it. I loved it. All right. We're going to get into the role of self-care in dating.
Self-care? The role of self-care and in dating?
In dating.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Now, self-care isn't selfish. And I want to make that very clear. As the 5 of us have said countless times in this episode, self-care isn't selfish. It is essential. A strong relationship thrives when both partners maintain their well-being. When you take care of yourself, you bring your best self to your relationship, fostering emotional stability and resilience. Right? And one thing I always do tell people is that always take care of yourself, because if you can take care of yourself, you can take care of another person. But if you can't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of another human being. And that's just facts.
That's true.
Now, what is the difference between emotional independence versus codependency? Well, emotional independence is maintaining your own identity, happiness, and self-worth outside of the relationship, while codependency is relying on your partner for emotional validation, struggling to set boundaries, or feeling responsible for their happiness. Now, here are some practical self-care routines. Prioritize alone time for hobbies and personal growth. Have some hobbies you share with your partner and have hobbies that you don't share with your partner. Practice mindfulness, exercise, or journaling to manage stress. And then, of course, the most important one is maintain friendships and support systems outside your relationship. That does not mean you cannot share your friends with your partner or any support systems with your partner, but please do have friends and support systems outside your partner as well. And then for setting boundaries to avoid that burnout that constantly comes and goes in relationships, communicate your emotional needs openly with your partner. Recognize when you're giving too much at the expense of your own well-being, and don't be afraid to say no when needed. Let me say that again. Do not be afraid to say no when needed. Because guess what? Balance is key. Now for my guest speakers. We've emphasized that self-care is essential for a healthy relationship. Yes? Mm-hmm. How can partners balance maintaining their own well-being while still being present for each other?
Having your own stuff to like do. Like you got your relationship, but you got your life outside of the relationship. Like, y'all still in a relationship, but y'all got your life outside. Because like if you just care about the relationship and you got that partner who is doing their own shit outside the relationship, you gonna be thinking, oh, they're not showing enough time for me, like you, because you don't got your own stuff to do outside.
Your life is revolved around your partner. Yeah.
I'll say dedicate your day into fourths, and that could be like a fourth of it dedicated to class, another fourth dedicated to your orgs, a fourth could be dedicated to your relationship, but you gotta keep another fourth for yourself.
And so like a square.
Circle, but yeah. Yeah, you can do it like a square. Yeah, okay, that works too. But the key thing is just always leaving a portion of your day for yourself. And this is something I really struggled with for a time when I was an athlete in college, because it's like I got classes, I got practice twice a day, taking up time, workouts and all that, trying to maintain a relationship. And by the end of the day, when I come home to that person, I don't got no energy left, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm burnt out.
One time for yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat and go to bed. I'm not gonna lie, but that's not fair to the other person at all, because now they're just like, it's a dragging part of my day where it's not getting my full attention.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of touched on everything. Can you repeat that question one more time? I feel like there's something I want to say.
So, how can partners balance maintaining their own well-being while still being present for each other?
Knowing what you like and what you don't like as a person. If you I think you kind of said it somewhere while you're giving the intro to the question. Knowing what you like and what you don't like, and also having something, like I said, everybody already said it, but having your own particular hobbies, what you like to do by yourself, what kind of brings you peace by yourself without nobody else involved. And then when it's time for your partner, like, what can you guys do, or what do you guys do together that brings you guys peace? It's at the end of the day, it's all about peace. When it comes to relationship, it's really all about peace. And if that relationship don't give you peace, baby, get up and leave. Get up and leave, because peace is the main thing. Because it's like, if you don't have peace within yourself, if you don't have peace mentally, spiritually, physically, you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck, and it's gonna be like, you're gonna feel like your back is against the wall. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody's there for you. You're not gonna be able to see your blessings. Yourself. Yes, definitely. It's gonna be like a sunken hole, a sunken grave within yourself. So
I don't know how people lose themselves. You gotta remember who you were before the relationship started.
But not everybody has that strength, though. Like, as soon as they get into a relationship, like making your partner your whole world, as soon as they get into that relationship.
You ever seen a cartoon character get like drained of color? Like
yes.
Gray and white. I've seen that happen to some people, like week one of a relationship, and I'm just like, maybe that is a sign. But you're right. Some people aren't strong-willed enough to let go of these like kind of parasitic relationships, because that's what it is at the end of the day.
And those type of people don't need to be in a relationship until they can learn how to have their own identity outside their partner.
If you could lose yourself that easily from a relationship alone, you're not ready for the adult world, because a lot of other stuff will take your mental.
But you know what's crazy? People need that validation.
A lot of times they do. It's purely just a validation part. Oh, sorry, Jalen.
You know, man. It's like, because if you don't have peace in yourself, how do you expect to have peace in your relationship?
That's where you get them people that cause problems for no reason.
Yeah. That is so true.
Because they're miserable and their partner's happy. Oh my God. Yeah, that part too. Like, I used to date somebody who was just so miserable. Like, that was a person that had the mom, right? Like, everything was going wrong in his life, and he just didn't know how to figure things out. And I'm over here figuring my shit out easily, and he's just like, this is not fair. I don't like that she can do that. And then not only that, he was incredibly sexist. So he was just like, oh, she's a woman. I don't understand. I'm a man. I should be able to do what she's doing. And so then he'll try to bring me down because I got, I'm being her, doing, my independent woman stuff. And so he's like, well, I'm going to try and sabotage what she's got going.
Oh, baby.
There's a lot of layers to that. But
we don't do men like that no more.
Learn that lesson. Ever.
2 years ago, never again.
Never.
No.
Please. What?
like I said, if somebody's draining you that much, it's easier to just leave the relationship overall. But some people don't get in it like until retrospect, after the fact, after everything, and you're like, God dang, maybe that person was toxic from the jump.
You don't see it right then and there, but after you're done, you're like, oh, woo.
Which is
Like a lot of people that's like good in their corner to be like, hey, like, because you most likely can't see what's in there.
Yeah, you're blindsided at that moment. Yeah.
When you put like a friend's aspect in it, like sometimes yes, it's not good to put friends in your relationship.
Some people be hating.
When it's really getting to a point like they can see like you changing, it's not good for you. Yeah, like.
But at the same time, to kind of add to what you said, but at the same time though, like even within yourself, no matter how blindsided you might be, at one point you're gonna be like, dang, I'm not the same. No matter how blindsided you might be, like it's gonna be like, wait. Like if you're the type of girl where like before you got into a relationship, like your hair used to stay done, your nails used to stay done, like you always used to look a point, and then you married a guy that's like, oh well, I don't like my woman's wearing nails, I don't like my woman getting her hair done all the time, I don't like my woman this, that, and the third, and then because you like him so much, you're obliging to what he says, and it's like you're gonna sit down one day, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, wait, I used to get my nails done. I used to get my hair done. Like, I don't look like me. This is not me. So why am I here? Like, because of the so-called love and you're enduring what it's not you. You're not enduring what you would tolerate. You're enduring things because in the name of, oh, I love this man. And if you really deep it, what does that man do for you that you can't do for yourself?
reflect.
Even that, like, you also have to have love in yourself to like, to be like, hey, sit down, have a conversation, be like, hey, I can compromise this, that, and the third, but this, my nails, my hair, oh no, this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But why is there compromising in the first place?
Because of the word love. People want to be with somebody so bad that they're willing to compromise or put things
sacrifice.
on. That's the word. Sacrifice. People are willing to sacrifice their happiness just so they could see their partner happy. Some people make their partner's happiness their happiness to the point where they lose themselves in that person, like
in that pursuit of trying to make them as happy as possible.
And then what are you doing to yourself? Now you digging yourself a grave. You building that person. Yeah, you building that person up, and you're tearing yourself down to the point where, God forbid, that person leave you and go be with somebody else. Now look at you. You left.
Now you're left in shambles.
You're
now you
left
have to build
a
yourself
mess.
back up, and that's why I
There's
say
a couple of business examples for that actually. We went over today in class.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no. This aspect of life applies in a lot of different places. Where a lot of I'll make it quick. A lot of train companies early in the 1800s, we had a large railroad system all the way across the country. It was doing well for itself, and then all of a sudden, when the automotive industry came about, and cars became more and more frequent, people decided the train industry to put in so much money as well as this. They tried to create like a cohabitation system where we got automotives and this giant railroad system that goes all around the country and stuff, but they put so much effort and resources into the automotive industry, sharing amongst it was mostly just a Ford company at that point, but putting so much resources into that they just ended up not having enough of the railroad system anymore, and it got demolished. And the crazy thing is, the automotive industry, as much as the train industry helped, they lobbied against it. So they also you helped build this automotive industry up so much that they also became your downfall.
Yeah,
they
voted
on your downfall.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's a great reference.
Pouring out into somebody just to dig yourself a grave. It's crazy.
And I'm trying to think. I've heard this. What was it? Something about an empty cup pouring into something.
I know what you're talking about.
Also, people be putting money into these people as well. I'm very stingy with my money.
Like spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on a person who does not care about
Let's
you.
not even go that route. Let's not even go that route. Like even bringing it into college students. Like it's like as a college student, you have this, you got this, you gotta pay for it, this you gotta pay
We're
for.
already broke.
Exactly. You're already a broke college student, and then now you're with somebody, and you have to, like, out of the little scraps you got, and you making, and the hours you work in, plus the school classes you taking.
Or begging your parents outright.
Yeah, you gotta spend on that person, and that person is ooh.
And it's just like, spend your money on a person who actually treats you well, but not an asshole.
Man, sometimes people be putting up a front.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't, like, one thing about me is, like, I would spend money on my significant other, but
for sure.
The first thing is, it's always the thought that counts. Like, I wouldn't expect nothing back from you. Like, I would rather a love letter than some material.
Yeah.
Those things go more a long way. Like, you can really tell about a person. Like, you really, like, sat there and wrote a letter, colored, you did everything for that letter, instead of something that you could have bought at Dollar Tree. No.
Or took them on a picnic, like those little cutesy stuff.
Yeah,
That's like so simple.
Yeah, that's another thing. Knowing your partner's love language.
Yes, study it.
No, you
Please
study
it.
Some people are
Look
purely
it up on the
material.
internet.
Some people are purely material in their love language.
And that's the thing. If you know that person's love language, if their person is telling, well, I like when my partner does this, but it then, because I think when it comes to what's your love language, sometimes it's not always about yourself. It can also be about your partner. One of my love languages, I love to receive gifts, but at the same time, I love to give gifts. I love to give gifts. So it's like, when it comes to love language, it doesn't always about to be you. It can be about your partner too. Quality time, that involves your partner. Physical touch, I like when I get this. I like when my partner does this to me. Because it's like, I feel like when it comes to relationship, people throw the word partner around, but they don't really act on the word partner.
Not at all.
It comes to just, at the end of the day, they're just trying to vouch for me.
Oh my God! Yes, that's literally what I'm about to say.
Yeah,
there is no partner. It's just you.
Yeah, it's just me.
It's just you and just you.
And things don't work that way. If you want to build a relationship with somebody to eventually in the future, we're not getting any younger, build a home with somebody, you have to know that person through and through, and with that has to come partnership.
And you must be selfless.
And also you have to know that whatever you're exuding now, your kids are watching, your kids are seeing.
Exactly.
And not you're building the next generation to go off what they just saw.
And you must provide a good example. So that they can treat someone else like that too.
Yeah.
Next question is, what are some practical self-care routines that you guys recommend for individuals to incorporate into their daily lives, even when they're in a committed relationship?
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmations go a long way. Even like the little ones, like, you look so pretty today.
And even telling yourself, having the words of affirmation for yourself too. Like,
exactly. Yes.
Waking up today was like, you know what, I'm enough. If you're trying to tell me I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, and I know within myself I'm doing this and this and this and this, telling myself I'm enough is all I need to hear. And when I start speaking it every day, I'm going to internalize it. Okay, I'm enough. You're telling me I'm not doing this, but I do this. That's the best I could do, so I'm enough. You're telling me I'm not doing this, but I'm doing this. I'm enough. So yeah, like, words of affirmation is very, and also give yourself gifts. It's okay to treat yourself.
Absolutely.
You're making your money for yourself in the first place. You're not making it for your partner. You're making it for yourself.
Take yourself out to eat at your favorite place.
If you're
Go get your nails done.
If your mental is not okay, how can you cater to your partner? So prioritizing yourself first, making sure you're okay, making sure you're at peace, making sure you're having your quiet time, because sometimes you don't need no noise. You just want to sit in your own silence. You just want to sit down and just hear yourself think. Or sometimes you don't even want nothing going on in your head. You just want to be enough and just be by yourself, so that when it's time to be around people, especially your partner, you can love them better, or you know how to love them better. So yeah,
there actually have been times for a long time where I didn't like sitting in my room by myself. Like, I would always need someone to be there. And then at some point I started sitting in my room more and more, and I would incorporate things. I start listening to music, watch TV, do something that's nice instead of just sitting in the silence. Because I don't like silence. I need like some background noise. I started doing that more and more and more, and then eventually my room became
Your
my
safe place.
space.
Yeah.
Yes, and then bro, I put so much wall decor in my room. I love how my room looks. It's so like bohemian. It's so like, like if you want to meditate, do yoga, like I love my room. That is my sanctuary, and I love it so much. Like, how guys have their man cave, that's my woman cave. Like, I love my room so much, and I can see now from where I was to where I am now. Then I didn't like being in my room in the quiet by myself. Now I love it. And if someone comes in with some bullshit in my room, get out. Yeah.
Oh, I'm quick to kick somebody out. Oh, I'm quick. Like, well, you don't. Yeah, bye.
Like, no.
No,
this is my safe
peace
space.
and tranquility is my slogan. Like, I live by that. Like, I don't want nothing messing up my vibe, especially in my room. After a long day of work in class, and I'm sitting in my room, and you want to come into my room with negative vibes, babe, step.
Keep the stepping.
No, for real.
And come back when your attitude's better.
No, for real.
Life is too short.
You got a lot of drama going on. Yeah, do not come to my room talking about no drama. I'm at peace. I don't want to hear that. Because one, if you come to my room, I'm going to tell you get out. And I'm going to put my headphones on and I ain't got to listen to it. I don't want to listen to that.
All right, and for the last question, setting boundaries is crucial to avoid burnout. So how can someone communicate in their emotional needs to their partner without feeling guilty or afraid of upsetting the relationship?
If you gotta worry about having that conversation,
that person's not for you.
I'm sorry, I'm real quick to just call it quits. Maybe I'm the issue here, but there's no reason to feel fear communicating what you want. Because, again, you're a 50% of this relationship. So if your 50% isn't being considered at all times, then I'm sorry. There's nothing good that can possibly come out of that.
What?
It's okay.
Oh.
That's my little cord. But, I've seen people try to have these conversations and whatnot, and it's like, they might even communicate their boundaries outright, perfectly. If that person is listening to you and still doesn't consider it after that, especially I've seen some people be like, oh, I talked to him 2 days ago and he's still doing the same stuff. That means it's 2 days and he couldn't even do what you wanted him to. It's time to call it quits.
I agree with him, and I feel but another thing is also find your communication style.
Everyone has a different one.
Yes, find your own communication style. Sometimes it might be hard for you to physically speak the words of how you want to feel or how you want to be treated. Maybe writing it down better helps. Maybe that's another thing you can do. Just finding your communication style. Some people do music, they find a song that's oh my goodness, yes, this is exactly how I feel, and they send it to that person to better convey it. So it's just understanding and knowing your communication style better helps you communicate better with people around you.
I agree.
What do you mean? Go more in detail. All right. For example, like I said earlier, me, when it comes to communication, I'm the worst. I mean, I won't say I'm the worst, but it's I'm not the best, especially if if I'm upset or I'm mad. So it's I know I might not say it with my words because I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I'm mad at you even more, and now you're mad at me even more, so I bite my tongue. So it's okay, writing it down, expressing how I feel, and then passing it to you, and you read it, and you're okay, this is how you feel. I understand how you feel. Because if you ask me to say it right then and there, I might start using all types of cuss words and and I don't want to do that because it's just going to hurt your feeling, and it's going to make whatever disagreement we have, is just going to make it worse. But it's if I know my best communication style is writing things down, okay, if I write things down, I can just erase it. Okay, this don't sound right, or this is too harsh, or I'm able to say what I want to say, but in a nicer way. But it's having to say what you want to say and the person that you care about, and then you're just gonna start bawling. You won't get the words out. So writing it down, let them read it, and then from there, you guys can have that communication. So
is art a form of communication?
Yes, in any way, shape, or form, it is. For sure. When it comes to therapy, we definitely have clients that have there's something called artistic therapy. So it's that's something that you can definitely do. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, about communication and seeking support. Be honest and open about your struggles. Your partner isn't a mind reader. Your partner is not Scarlet Witch. Your partner is not Doctor Strange. They are not a mind reader. Okay, so speak. Use I statements to express feelings without blame. For example, I've been feeling overwhelmed lately and I need some support. Choose a calm moment to have these conversations, not during conflict or high stress situations. Now, when and how to seek for professional support? If mental health struggles are affecting daily life or the relationship, therapy can provide valuable tools. Support groups offer shared experiences and reassurances that you're not alone, and they encourage seeking help together if needed. Couples counseling can strengthen communication and understanding as well. Now, about destigmatizing mental health discussions in relationships. Normalize talking about emotions and struggles, just like physical health. Challenge outdated beliefs that therapy is only for serious problems. Mental wellness is for everybody, men and women. It doesn't matter what your sexuality is. It doesn't matter what race you are, what your religion is. Anybody can go to therapy. And then lead by example. Open conversations can help your partner feel safe doing the same. Now, for my guest speakers, how can partners create an environment of openness and honesty when discussing mental health struggles without the fear of judgment or misunderstanding?
Can you say that one more time?
How can partners create an environment of openness and honesty when discussing mental health struggles without fear of judgment or misunderstanding?
Knowing that knowing that your partner is your safe space. When you know that your partner is your safe space, there should be no issue with you speaking about whatever issue it is. Like if your partner at one point should be y'all should be so close to the point where like y'all should be finishing each other's sentences. It should be almost that close. So if you guys are close with each other, like the understanding is there. You guys' morals align. You guys' boundaries align. And you guys know that when it comes to it, nobody's going to push the other person to the wall, or nobody's going to trespass when it comes to boundaries. Nobody's going to say things that align because you guys, and another thing, respect. Having that respect for your partner and for yourself really, really helps in that situation.
All right. Now, can you share some advice on when it might be the right time to seek professional support? And how can couples navigate the decision to go to therapy together?
I'll start. If your partner is putting hands on you and you still feel like in the name of love you want to be with that person even though they're putting hands on you, please seek some type of advice. Because
even
even if they threaten, please seek counseling, therapy, anything to help, please, because
it mostly leaves a record.
Not even just that, like that kind of creates a safe space for you, having somebody to speak it to or talk about it to, because maybe you don't want to talk about it to your friends, you don't want to talk about it to your family member, but having that therapist to talk about it to kind of help navigate that situation. You don't know, that therapy session might be that breaking point for you to leave. So yeah, and when it gets physical, baby, it's time to up and leave. You don't.
Absolutely.
I would also say that your guys' first arguments, or like you feel like arguments are becoming too frequent in general, because it doesn't have to be violent, you know, for people to make a stand. Sometimes the verbal abuse, or if it is just an argument going back and forth, and you see that's happening too much, sometimes to get to the root of a problem, you got to have a third person perspective. You got to have somebody on the outside looking at you two and being like, one of you two is the issue. We gonna get to the bottom of it.
But here's the thing, though. When it comes to therapy, we can't tell you who's the issue and who is not. We can't. And our job is not to advise you as a therapist. We're not there to give advice. And I feel like that's the whole thing when it comes to therapy and stuff like that. People always like misconstrued it. As a therapist, I'm not there to give you advice. I'm not there to tell you you're right. I'm not there to tell you you're wrong. I'm just here to listen. And also we're here to have a discussion or a conversation so that you can come to a conclusion by yourself. I'm not going to tell you, oh, leave that man. If you're telling me he's beating you to a pulp, if you're telling me you're coming in with a black eye, and you're asking me, do you think I should leave that man? I'm going to ask you, do you want to leave him? What's making you stay?
I think therapists can guide.
Yeah, we're there to guide, but we can't tell you, oh, leave him. He's beating you. Oh no, he's.
Is it for liability? Is it because of liability issues?
Yes and no. We have ethics.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, though, if we tell you to go ahead and leave that person, and in the future something happened, it's gonna
they come back around.
Yeah, they're gonna point.
And I'm gonna blame the counselor.
You're gonna blame the counselor.
The therapist told me to do it.
Exactly.
And now it's like, now you in court.
Exactly. So it's like when it comes to certain things like that,
you sure you can't just end some of your statements off? But I don't know though. I don't know. I just work here, dog.
I can't tell you that. I can't advise you to do nothing. I can't. No. You come to me with an issue, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk about it. Mostly the counselor just does a lot of listening, and that's one thing when it comes to therapy and counseling. Like, people just want somebody to listen to them.
Yeah. So
it's like when somebody just feels listened to, and there's like nobody's really coming at them with "you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong."
They feel like they can figure it out themselves.
So like once you're speaking, you're processing it in yourself, because you might even catch yourself off guard and be like, "Wait,
that don't sound right."
Exactly. Like, yo, I've been doing this whole time. And like, you come to your own conclusion yourself, and you're like, you know what? Yeah.
Which is why group therapy is also very effective, because then you got other people who can react to what you're saying, and then
as a counselor,
like
I can't react to anything that you're saying. Like, if you tell me the most shocking thing in the world, I have to keep the most neutral face. I have to be like, oh wow.
And it's so hard.
It is
because you're like, you want to be so empathetic.
Because
like,
as African Americans, like, our face speaks before our mouth does.
My dad used to beat me.
So it's like
that don't sound.
My favorite word is ooh. I can't even say that. I'm like, oh. You just a lot of head nodding and be like, oh really? Okay.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I feel like for some people that will piss them off, and you're just like, okay. They're just like, so you're not upset by this. Like, it seems like you're really calm about the fact that some dude just smacked me across my face.
Anytime somebody gets like that, my first instinct to be like, I see it a lot. It's not like I'm what do you call it? I'm just lacking feelings towards it. It's just like that gives them a sense of, oh, okay, he's dealt with this before, he's used to it, or he's seen it before too much, and it's just like he's not disregarding what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
And for the last question, how can couples normalize conversations about mental health in the relationship? And what are some practical ways to destigmatize these discussions?
Oh, that's a great question. Knowing that both of you agreeing and knowing that mental health is real, and that also should be spoken about in the talking stage. If you guys can agree that mental health is a real thing, and if you guys get together, that is going to be a real thing, and when you guys get married, it's going to be a real thing, and when you have children, it's going to be a real thing, please don't be with that person, because you're going to struggle trying to explain to your partner that I feel this way because of this. They're going to be like, well, I don't feel that way, so you shouldn't feel that way. They're going to try to break you down in every aspect just so they can align your thinking with their thinking, because they do not agree with you. So mental health is really a big deal. It's very, very big, because a lot of youths these days, they're just offing themselves left and right because people aren't taking mental health so seriously. So having that person that you can go to when things are going left is very, very important because your parents aren't always going to be there, or they're not. There might be the ones that will be like, well, ain't not that I went through it, I'm fine, and da 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 da. No, you need that person to be like, oh, really, that's how you feel? Well, okay, I understand. Well, how can we proceed to help each other when it comes to certain things like that? So finding somebody that really agrees that mental health is a big deal for you, and also will be in the future, and when you have kids, and knowing how to handle it in specific ways, that's the main key. That's the first start.
Can change to have that mindset, but 9 times out of 10, if that mindset isn't in their head, or
From the
even
jump.
the openness to try it, because some people don't get it, early on in their youth and stuff like that, so they don't know. But like, if you're communicating this to your partner and trying to have this discussion, and they're just like, nah, I don't really feel that way, don't expect them to change later on and be like, when the moment comes when you actually do need to have that therapy, or your kid needs therapy and stuff like that, that they're all of a sudden going to be like, yeah, it's time, it's needed.
Which is why you ask people questions when you're in a talking stage, so that you can like not interrogate them, but see.
Oh no, that's the interrogation stage.
Let me see what you think.
Like for example, like you could be like, so what do you think about therapy? And they could say, oh yeah, I think therapy is a great idea. That's green flag. But if they say, oh, I would never go to a therapist, I don't like therapists, red flag. Do not. In my
family,
opinion,
for a long time, thought that because they were one of the black families, so it was just like, oh, therapies for crazies and soft people and whatnot.
And a lot of people are raised that way. It's a bad stigma.
Definitely down south, it's kind of like you could work through it. You can work your body through it. You could work your mind through anything and stuff like that.
It's a mental thing.
Even when I said I wanted to pursue psychology, as a major, to become a child therapist in the future, it was kind of just shoved to the side. That idea that was even like a necessity in some cases. They were like, now what kid is involved in therapy and whatnot? Not in this area, but I'm sure in other areas across the U.S.
Oh, for sure.
It's kids all over that need it.
For sure.
It's just the people that are in charge of their lives don't allow it. That's why you see some people come to the counseling center when they get to college, because, you're away from home and whatnot.
Free.
Yeah, you can finally have those discussions. At Towson University, I was one of the student volunteers for it, where I would get to talk to my peers and whatnot. There were people that would come in every day. Sometimes we would have a line of people that were just waiting to have a discussion with somebody about this stuff that they weren't able to in their childhood.
That's crazy.
Feedback on what you said. Just coming from a household where keep saying oh my god, it's not needed, it's for crazy people, I would always think that. But then I'm like, okay, when I'm coming to other people, they be like, oh, you should go to counseling. You can have other people talk to you, you could talk to someone at least to help you figure this out. And I tried it once and I was like, oh my god, this actually helped for me to figure out certain things that about my feelings and stuff like that. I didn't know that mental health was a big thing until I got getting to explore the outside world and not being stuck into one spot. I feel like that's also coming into college helped me to get away from my strict parenting and stuff like that, because some of these things I didn't know. I was raised a certain way for certain problems and predicaments, but certain things I did not know about. Especially therapy most definitely helped me out with a lot of things, especially mental health, because that was something that was shunned in my household.
And people don't talk about the effects of not having therapy early on in childhood, because I was one of the few that was able to talk to somebody about my anger as a kid. I was one of those kids that people labeled destructive kid, always looking for a fight and stuff like that. And very on in my childhood, that was true. But I didn't have somebody for a long time that I can, discuss why I was like this for a long time, until literally it was a lady in my neighborhood that I was able to talk to from time to time and have these open conversations about why I felt this way a lot of the time. And because I was able to have that conversation, she wasn't an official therapist or anything, she wasn't registered or anything, she wasn't anybody with a degree, but she was a listening ear. And that was the most important thing, where I was able to discuss why I felt this way and why my mindset was this way, to where it helped me in the future. Honestly, it's hard for me to get angry anymore. It's genuinely hard for me to feel angry, because now I learn how to process my emotions almost quickly and effectively by asking myself, why? Why? And eventually you get to the root of it when you ask why so much. And so that's what I try to take to a lot of people that come to me with this sort of issues, is that I just ask them, why do it starts off with, why do you feel like that? And as the conversation goes on, they'll get to the root cause of their problems more often than not.
That's true. And of course, this is not to say that, if you don't get therapy as a child, it's like too late. It's like, it's never too late to go to a therapist. You can go even now. And
Counseling center is open.
The counseling center is open. It is very much so free. They have a lot of great counselors in there that you can speak to, men and women. I think of different races and stuff like that. If if that's a preference. But we do all highly encourage you all, if you haven't gotten therapy as a child, to please go see a therapist if you need to. You can even go just to talk about all the happy, positive stuff in your life, just to help process that type of stuff going on in your life. Do it for you. And
also, don't rely on your friends to be a therapist.
They got their problems.
I'm about to say, there's too many times when people try to come to me, outside of hours, but just talking to me about issues and stuff. I got my own stuff going on in my life. I'm a person too. I ain't an NPC or something like that. So just be considerate of other people's emotions as well. And I guess it just goes back to being a considerate person overall and just being a good person in general.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So, as you can see, in today's episode, we explored the crucial role of mental health and what that plays in relationships. We learned how to communicate mental health needs with a partner, the importance of seeking professional support, and how to destigmatize these conversations. We also touched on practical strategies for maintaining emotional health while nurturing a relationship, emphasizing that both partners must prioritize self-care to create a balanced and supportive dynamic. If you or your partner are navigating mental health challenges, remember that it's okay to seek help, communicate openly, and take small steps toward healing together. You are not alone in this journey. And with patience, understanding, and the right support, you can build a stronger, more resilient relationship. Join us next week for an important discussion on Through the Storm, supporting your partner through postpartum depression. This is a deeply sensitive topic, and we'll share tips, stories, and expert insights on how to support your partner during these challenging times. Don't miss it. Thank you for tuning in today. And if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, here are some resources you can turn to. You have the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which you can call at 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-8255. You can also visit Mental Health America at www.mhanational.org. And you can also find some local therapy or counseling services, either in person or online, like BetterHelp or Talkspace. And then for the counseling center at the school, do you guys have any ways that students can get access to that?
Literally just coming in. A lot of people don't take advantage of the resource while it's here. It is as simple as going to Plaza Hall, located by Harvard Hall in the library, and coming in and just talking to the lady at the front desk and just scheduling an appointment. We'd be more than happy to take in anybody that needs help.
And then where is the counselor's office in the SDC?
Oh, no, it's not in the SDC. It's by Plaza Hall, by Harvard.
The health center?
Yes.
Okay. What about the counselor's, like the therapy office?
It'll be inside. The side of that.
Is it in the health center and also in the SDC? Because in the SDC on the second floor, there's like a counselor's place where you can talk to therapists.
Oh, we got two, and nobody uses them.
Yep. Let's see. The counselor's office.
As far as I know, the only one was in the ATOD department, at the backside.
So the UMES counselor's office is located in the Student Development Center, also known as the SDC, on the second floor, Suite 2260. And you can also they have access to to services by walking in. You can call the 24/7 support line at 410-651-HELP or 410-651-4357, or you can fill out a referral form online. Their services are available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. with extended evening hours during the fall and winter semesters.
And also, you can request a wellness check if somebody that you know might not be mentally well at the time, or you might be worried about them. It's no shame in it, but it is a possibility.
And remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, and support is always available. Take care of yourselves and each other. And of course, happy Thanksgiving and get home safely, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.